We celebrate the starting of the revolution and independence war in 1848, and it is also the day of the Hungarian press. Hence the first products of the free press were made that day. Why is March 15th so important for Hungarians? Hence these revolution's achievements made the first steps towards a modernist democracy. In 1848, Hungary hadn't owned an own military force and independent financial situation as a part of the Austrian Empire. The monarch in Vienna had to accept every law that has passed the two houses of the Hungarian parliament. The reformists had a majority in the lower house, but mostly aristocrats ruled the higher house. But the revolutions throughout Europe in 1848 changed the opinion of the higher house, so the reform proposal passed the parliament. The point of the proposal was to abolish serfdom, establish an own responsible Hungarian government, and also nobles had to pay taxes. These were some serious standards of the absolutist system that existed, so if there weren't any revolution, this proposal wouldn't have reached the monarch. Another reformist group decided to do some events to support the proposal, because a group of delegates were bringing it to the court in Vienna, that time from Bratislava, where the parliament was working at that time. They wrote the 12 points that have concluded the main goals of the proposal to make it more popular among people in Budapest. This was the first press product of the free press, together with a poem of Sándor Petőfi, a Hungarian famous poet. They also went to the city council to let the political prisoners free. They did free one reformist who was in prison for 1 year because he wrote about abolishing serfdom. Censorship was a big problem in the era. You were not enabled to share your work if the censor did not agree to publish it. The revolution helped the proposal to pass, which led to forming the first responsible government of Hungary. That only lasted for 7 months, because when the War of Independence broke out, another government was established. The War of Independence broke out for the reason that, after international situation settled, the court in Vienna did not want to lose its influence over Hungary. Non-Hungarians were also not satisfied, and the government did not ease their situations, so massacres broke out in the Serbian territories too. The Hungarian army was quite successful, even against twice as many soldiers in some battles. The war couldn't be won. 200,000 Russian soldiers were also sent to help the Austrian army in 1849. This army was even bigger than the Austrian one itself. The War of Independence ended with a peace convention between Russian and Hungarian generals. The conditions were unclear and led to the execution of the Hungarian generals. 13 generals and the first prime minister were also executed on October 6, 1849. The War of Independence was lost, blood was shattered, yet some of the main goals were achieved, like serfdom was abolished, and also nobles had to pay taxes. We could say that these events played an important role in Hungarian history because the April laws made the base of the Hungarian constitution. How do we celebrate this holiday today? We wear cockades, which are ribbons with the colors of the national flag. We are also leaving garlands at places where the revolution took place. Unfortunately, in recent past years, the leaders of Hungary are using this day to connect history with themselves and justify their goals. They do not respect history enough if they are always talking about themselves and reaching their goals on national holiday like this. I hope this shameful act will not be made this year as well, and in the future too. I hope you learned something from this video, and also thank you for watching.